Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Sky View Parc has been one of the most desirable mixed-use residential development in Flushing, Queens. It is also the very first residential development that Onex Real Estate Partners has been built in New York City. So the mastermind behind the entire project, from planning to execution to marketing and sales, is our special guest today, Mr. Dave Brickman. So welcome, Dave. Thank you for being my guest today. We all know that Sky View Parc has been one of the most successful new development in New York City. So we would love to hear some stories from you about this project.
Sure. Thanks for having me on, Natasha. This project has been a long time coming. People don't realize when they see this project, it's 3.3 million square feet, they don't realize how long ago this project was conceived. It was probably conceived even with the prior ownership back before the rezoning in 1998. So it's 22 years that the zoning has allowed for a project like this. And that I've been working on this project for approximately 16 years. So when we think about a project of this size and scale, it's hard to do. And it's hard to replicate, and there's a lot of barriers to recreating something like this. So that's the first thing I'll say about this project. It's just it was very complicated to pull off. It took a lot of patience, a lot of persistence from the developer and from ownership, and a lot of capital. And if you don't have all three of that, it's very hard to complete. One of the bigger challenges of building a project of this size is that you can't complete it in one economic cycle. So this project was really under construction. The real heavy construction started in about 05, 06. And then midway through construction, the 2008 Great Recession happened. And it had a really big impact on every project across the globe, but particularly here in New York. And this project, just like every project, struggled a little bit to get coming through that. But we made it through that, and that's one of the themes I'm going to keep talking about is there's in New York real estate there's ups and downs. And if you have the right location and the right project, it's going to make it through those ups and downs. And the ups are actually going to be much greater than the downs. And there'll be dips and peaks and valleys. And I can talk through the history of that here. But coming out of that recession, this project achieved great success. And I think now we're at a time in 2020 where we're at another tough point. We don't actually have that many units left, and we're in great shape here. But what I'd want to tell you, and I mean, you're one of our best salespeople, and you know this, that if you have the right project where there's barriers to supply, and it's very unique, it's a great investment, a great long-term investment.
Of course. So any interesting stories that you can share with us?
Over 16 years, there's a lot of interesting stories here. None that I'd really want to share with the public, honestly, because I think there's certain stories that should really be kept more private. I think I want to keep refocusing this on why this project is so unique and what makes it so unique. Anyone can build a new project in New York. The thing about this project is it's on 14 acres in New York City, in sort of central Queens, a couple blocks from the subway with great highway transportation. I'm giving the sales pitch, but 14 acres. You don't see that a lot. Mm-hmm. And if you do, and what that enables us to do is create this private, suburban, gated community almost, right? It is when you come to Sky View, and you check in and you come up the elevator and you see this oasis, a 7-acre rooftop, you don't get that in the city. You have to go to the suburbs. but you also get the city lifestyle, and you get the condominium lifestyle, the amenitized lifestyle. You don't have to mow your lawn, you don't have to shovel your driveway. All the things that people want in the suburbs, you can actually get that here at Sky View and not leave the city. You can go down for your shopping and your restaurants. Everyone delivers. It really is from what you want now. We have everything, and that's really hard to recreate.
How do you think this post-COVID market and where the market is going?
This project in a post-COVID world, what are you looking for right now when you're coming and you're looking at real estate that's going to hold its value, and real estate where you could feel safe, right? From not just from COVID, but safe from any if you think if there's any crime that might be ticking up and that makes you look. This is a gated community that's very secure, and so I think from a health and wellness standpoint, I think if there was ever going to be a second wave, if they thought, I think this is as safe a place as you're going to be in a city. But and again, it's that public safety, physical safety. If everyone's thinking about that, I really couldn't recommend Sky View more in that environment. And as it relates to holding value, again, that goes back to my first point, which is you can't recreate this. If I had to build another project next door and they have 2 acres and we have 14 acres, so it's only so much space, and space is at a premium right now, especially outdoor space. And a project like this with this much outdoor space where you can feel comfortable and you don't have to move to the suburbs, I really believe it's got the best of both worlds.